Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
Okay, where did you do that at?
Underneath the bridge.
Which bridge?
The one past
Okay.
near the weird intersection.
Okay. Do you have anything on you? He's gonna cut, poke, hurt, stick me anything without reaching for nothing? Don't reach for nothing.
My phone and my wallet, that's
okay.
it.
Well, I'm gonna have you face that way. Put your hands on top of your head for me real quick. I just want to make sure you interlace your fingers.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's time for No Picks Podcast.
What up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast. What in the world?
So sometimes, every once in a while, we pull up one of these, cop videos. It's like body cam. It's normally some bizarre video. I think this kind of is the most bizarre video we've ever posted on a pod. What's your thoughts on this interaction between old boy and law enforcement?
Well, I mean, I applaud his honesty. Like listen, there's no case. The case is already made. Like there's no breadcrumb, there's no clue, there's no trying to find what a murder weapon. When he told you the murder weapon, the room that was in, how he did it, like the clue has been solved. Like he won the game. The game is solved, right? I think that the guy clearly is off, right?
Yeah, he is
I hate
definitely
to say that
off.
he was on a spectrum,
Yeah.
but he seemed like he was kind of like a little socially awkward. And he's clearly off. And his honesty makes me feel like he just didn't understand. I don't know, bro. Like this was so bizarre. Really, I'm trying to like think about it, but I'm like, this was kind of really a bizarre interaction, right?
Yeah.
When do you see like criminals or murderers just be so brutally honest about it and not even put up a fight?
Yeah.
Maybe he figured because the cop was like, your mom said that you got this in your room. He was like, oh, well, I guess I'm found. Might as well just come clean. And he just really came clean. Like he put it all out there.
He really came clean.
He did, bro. Like, damn. And he's all right. So there's more I want to say, right? But like, what was your initial reaction to this clip? Like, how did you feel about this?
I mean, my man said, I just wanted. He said, I just wanted to see what killing someone felt like. Like this dude, like this, like listen. This is a guy that should not be on the streets like at all. Like no one's safe. Like no in this neighborhood, no one's safe with this guy's around. Like unless no one's safe, yo. Like you got like his mom did the right thing. Cause if she just let this slide and helped him bury this body or whatever she could have potentially done in this situation, he definitely would have went back on a prowl for another for another, you know what I mean,
think so?
victim.
You don't think that you don't think this would have been a one and done? Like, all right,
no,
I got a
bro.
taste of it.
He was so with it, bro. Listen, what if he developed a taste for it? What if he like, oh my god, like that look in your eyes when your life is leaving your eyes? Like I'm addicted to that now. Like it's just so so sexy to me. Like this dude, man. Like he can't be on the street with regular people, bro. Like this dude is genuinely terrifying. Like when I saw him and I heard him talking, I thought of like the dude Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't see like the show on Netflix, like how charming he was, and he was like a nice guy and stuff like that. Not to say that he was a nice guy, but he just seemed like a normal, unassuming guy that you would just be like, oh, okay, cool. That nigga give you, you know what I mean, a Sprite, and you like, oh, okay, thanks, bro. And that shit is laced with something. And the next thing you know, you chained up somewhere, getting your limbs ripped off by some kind of hacksaw or something like that. Like, and it's because of him. Like, this dude's just some unassuming random white dude. Like, you just like, oh, he fine. Like, Tim's fine. No, Tim's a goddamn predator. Like, this dude's out here killing people. He's saving the trophies, right? He's saving the heads. He's chopping the heads off and saving them in his room. So no, his mom did the right thing, and he cannot be out here in these streets, bro. Like, and these cops were super polite too. But it seemed like they already knew, so they were just like, all right, well, let's just, you know what I mean, right? Let's whatever.
Yeah. So there are some things that are so interesting, right? So like I'm not trying to go on a tangent. I want to keep it on the topic, but like it's interesting, right? Like let's say if there's a person, man or woman, right? But let's just say man, just to keep it consistent. There's a man who gets involved with a minor. Say she's 14, 13. Even if he does it once, in my honest opinion, that's like a scarlet letter. That's something
Mm,
that he will wear forever, especially if he's caught, right?
right.
Because it's like you can't tell me that you were just like, I wonder what it feels like to sleep with a minor. I wonder what it would feel like to be sexually involved with a minor. And you
Right.
can't tell me that once you get it, that you're gonna be like, I'm good, I'm satiated. Now I don't have to try that again. In my mind, I'm thinking, nah, bro. The fact that you were even curious about it and were tempted and wanted to feel it and try it, that's not going to be a one and done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like uh, it's weird because I feel like that's something that stays with you for the rest of your life. Like even if 20 years go down the line, in my mind, I'm like, oh no, be careful. That dude is a pedophile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got to
Yeah.
be careful with the bull. Even if and it's just something that you just can't escape. And something like I'm trying to see if like murder is one of those things too. Like is murder like is it a one and done? Like no, I just want to see what it felt like. Maybe he might not want to again, but I don't know. Does it? Maybe it functions the same way. Like you can't just assume this is going to be a one-time situation. Like the fact that you even wanted to do it, that you thought about it, it's
Yeah.
in you, So yeah, yeah, I think he would be a menace to society, bro. And it does. He did actually. He was giving me Dahmer vibes. Now
Yeah.
that
He
you brought up
wasn't. He
Jeffrey, yeah,
wasn't.
he really did give me Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. You're so right about
He?
that. I was trying to feel like who does he remind me of? Dahmer. You're right.
Just like, oh well, gee golly whiz. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, but he's you're about to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's making you a
Yeah,
drink. You think you're drinking a Corona Premier, and it's just laced with some kind of sedative, and you'll wake
yeah,
up in
yeah.
in somebody's shed somewhere. Like,
Yeah, no, that's real, bro. It's funny. This is related, right? But like, do you ever watch like just nature videos of animals like hunting and
yeah,
eating and
yeah,
like I find it fascinating, right? Because for me, I feel like it's just a reminder of what life could have been for human beings, right? If we hadn't evolved, had a higher intelligence, a bigger brain, or whatever it is, if we hadn't evolved the way that we did, life would still be that way. And what I find is that you see animals hunting, eating prey alive. More often than not, they don't even kill the prey. They play with it for a bit. They
yeah,
bite in different angles. They're eating out the organs while the thing is still screaming and eating. Like I see Komodo dragon videos,
yeah. They wild.
eagles. Like
Them Jones wild.
I don't know, but I'm fascinated by watching predators hunting, getting their prey, and just seeing how brutal nature is. And you
Right.
can't be mad. Like nature doesn't really have any morality. It is nature. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're hunting, they're feeding. It's a circle of life for them. So like nature is pretty freaking brutal.
Yeah,
And for human beings, I wonder like some people don't evolve out of that. Some people just stay in that like very primitive stage where they're just like, I love killing. It is what it is. I need to feel like I'm the predator. Like I just feel like maybe some people just
yeah,
don't break out of that. Like it's just built into their DNA and it passes on. And I'm not giving any justifications or excuses for it, but nature is brutal. And sometimes you just kill just to kill. Like, cats, they'll eat a mouse, but before they eat it or kill it, they'll play with it for a while. Like cats do that all the time. They'll just play
yeah.
with their prey for a bit, torture it before they finally eat it or whatever they do with it. So
But
I
there
don't
are
know,
some
bro.
people. There are some people who are just too dangerous to be around other regular people.
I
So it's like
agree.
you have to take these people and put them in jail, like in
Like
or
the booty warrior. I don't know how he got out of jail.
y-
I don't know how Fleece Johnson got out of jail, bro. Like the
I
booty
mean, at this
warrior should
point, the
still be in
nigga
jail.
is like 70 years old. So if he try to booty warrior up on you, you just gonna knock his ass out. You know, like it's just like
He still
you'll
scares
push him
me,
on the
bro.
ground. He'll break his hip. You know what I mean? Because but it's just
Yeah,
like him. But with him when he's 35, like you don't want to fight him. You don't want to like because this dude is just he's willing to die to have sex with you. So it's
right,
like, how do you fight a person like that? Like, how do you like? You mean like seriously, like you and I, we're not from that jail. You know what I mean? So we can't even fathom the idea of like fighting for survival. If you and I fight, it's just maybe some nigga disrespected us, some nigga disrespected our family member or something like that. So it's like okay, cool, we fight, but there's a limit to how far we're gonna go because we just regular
right,
dudes, right? Like we not crashing out, we not going crazy unless somebody mess with our kids, then that's kind of like a different situation. But no, like he's willing to crash out for a butt. So I'm not
yeah,
like so I don't even understand what it's like to have a confrontation with a person like that.
Yeah, no, I know it's so weird, man. And Ty, I don't want to go on a tangent, right? But it is related to what we've been talking about. So I've got a question now since we brought up the booty warrior and murder and all these things that are happening, right? So we talked about like if a person engages in pedophilia for one time, like does that mean that they're gonna that they're gonna want it again? Like this whole notion of like can you do a one and done, right? So when you go to prison, there's a term called prison gay. Do you think that you probably know what I'm trying to ask, but
Yeah.
like, so if you go to prison and say you got a 30-year bid and you ain't never gonna see, have sex with someone of the opposite gender or the opposite sex for 30 years, being in that environment, there's a term called prison gay. Do you think that those people were always that way, or that their environment just changed their nature? Like, we're not professors, but just like, what is
Right.
your theory? Do you think
I
like is that a thing? Do you believe in that?
I would argue that the environment changed their nature, but regardless of how you get to the end of the yellow brick road, you there now. So like you still either way you gay. So for either way you gay. So whether it was nature versus nurture, I mean you're gay now, nigga. Like I'm sorry, or bisexual at a minimum, right? Like, but you're
Hey, bisexual is gay. I don't care what nobody says. If you bi, you gay. Like, and,
no. I heard this term "gay for the stay."
Ooh,
It's,
what's that?
it's
Oh,
like it's just
is that
like
the prison thing?
yeah, it's like a prison term. Like you're only gay because you're here in prison, but when you go back home, you're not gay anymore. So you're gay for
And
the
then there's
stay in
gay for
prison.
pay. Like in the porn industry or corn industry, there's a gay
Right.
for pay where dudes who go in there straight will get paid to do gay scenes, and they'll do
Right.
it for the money because you get paid more to do gay scenes. So like, I don't know, bro. I just be thinking like, I don't know. I think Bull's already a little sus. He already had some sugar in his tank to begin with, and he just needed a reason to just let it out. But it's just I don't know. I just got me thinking about this notion of like, your environment can in fact change your nature, and I don't know if it's a permanent change, but
Right.
if you're gonna do 30, I don't know, bro. We not listen, gentlemen. Don't ever go to jail.
Yeah.
Please,
No,
for the
that's
love of
just like
God, don't
scary,
ever go to
bro.
prison. It is
Yeah.
horrible in there. Don't ever go to prison, please.
Yeah.
But anyway, bro. Anything else on the clip? Because we went on a
No.
couple times. They were all
No.
related, but like
Yeah.
this is a very nuanced conversation. But yeah, the boy. I hope he went to jail. I mean, what's the follow up? I mean, is he in
He
jail?
gotta
Like,
be
or
in
did
jail.
he? He
I'd be
better be
surprised
in
if they give him
jail.
a trial.
Like I said, clue has been solved, bro. We know the murder weapon, the place,
Yeah.
the bridge, the knife. Like we know everything. Like you ain't got to figure out too much for this. It's not enough.
Yeah.
You ain't got to know detective work for this case.
Well, listen, family. Let us know what y'all think. Like,